Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you about what exactly you're going to be doing once your customers start calling and your inbox starts getting full of forms filled out by customers. And believe me, it will. If you've done the first couple of steps correctly, especially if you've got your ad going on AdWords and it's already been approved by AdWords, you're going to start getting all these phone calls and you need to know what to do once you're getting these. So, first of all, if a customer fills out a form, I recommend calling them as soon as you receive the form, unless it's like at 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Obviously, you wouldn't want to call them at that time. But as soon as you get the form, regardless of what time they specified they wanted you to call them, go ahead and give them a call because they're online right then. They are looking for service, they're calling around. So that's the best time while it's fresh on their mind to be able to get them. It's usually a lot easier to get a hold of them right then too versus the time they specified. Now, if you call them, they may not answer because they may either not know who it is or they may be at work and that's why they specified a time. So that's okay. Just call them during the specified time that they did put down. And as far as the script goes, I recommend printing the script along with printing all the price sheets that we sent you, everything that we sent you in your welcome email. Go ahead and print those. Put them in some page protectors and put them in a notebook or a three ring binder. And then have a notebook there too so you can take notes on the notebook and have everything right in front of you and grab it as soon as somebody calls. So if somebody calls you, you're going to say, "Hello, thanks for calling regarding your TV and internet services. Are you calling to get new service today?" And if they say no, that they're calling for like tech support or something like that, don't just hang up with them. Say, "Okay, so you're having issues with your internet. Okay, what service are you with?" Well, they may say they're with Comcast. They may say they're with Dish Network or something like that. Say, "Okay, well, since you're having issues, we're actually an authorized dealer for a couple of different companies. Would you mind me giving you a quote?" And you wouldn't believe the amount of people that you'll actually get who were calling for something totally different, but you get their business. Now, you won't get a whole lot of these calls where they're calling for tech support unless it's late at night, like usually after about 11, 12 o'clock at night. It starts being like all tech support type calls. So I recommend mainly running your ad during the day versus at night just for that reason. But hey, you can grab a couple of those customers who's calling the wrong number. That's okay. So once you find out what their needs are, why they're calling, say, okay, unless they tell you that they've got another service provider or whatever, always ask if they've got a service provider and who they're with. And then the big question is, are you in a house or an apartment? If they're in an apartment, check and find out if there's over 4 units in that building. And just remember, if there is over 4 units in that building, then go and check and see if Spectrum is available because DirecTV is not going to service them if there's over 4 units in their apartment building. Now, find out what services they want, if they're needing TV, internet, or both. Now, if they do want TV, it's important to find out what channels that they are wanting. Now, if they specify a channel that they want, of course, out of, all the channels that Spectrum and DirecTV offers, you're not going to know offhand unless it's like a common channel if that channel is provided, or I'm sorry, what package that channel is available on. The best thing for you to do is either look at the channel guides and the pricing sheets that you were sent. You can look at those. Or, like, for example, you can go to directv.com and click on Explore their packages. View all packages. Enter the customer zip code. And then you can compare by channels. So click that. Say, hold on just a second, let me check and see, which package it's going to be available on. And if they say lifetime, for example, you can see that it's on all the packages. So that's a good way to check. Spectrum.com, you can do the same thing. So most of your customers are going to say that they want basic, they just want the basics. And that's whenever you would just offer them the cheapest package because they're wanting price. When they say basic, they are after price. They don't care what it is, how many channels they get. It is important to say, hey, it includes, over 150 channels. You're going to get all your local channels. You're going to get all the kids channels like Nickelodeon and Disney. Lifetime is always a big channel that everybody wants. So just kind of point that out to them that it does have all those channels. Even though it's a basic package, it does have a lot to offer them. So like I said, you can do this on Spectrum.com or DirecTV. It's just a quick way for you to find out if the channel they want is on the package that you're going to be pitching them. Now, a big one is how many TVs do they have? You definitely want to know how many TVs that they do have. And the reason for that is because DirecTV's pricing is dependent on how many TVs they have. Spectrum, they have to pay after the first initial box, $6.99 per box. So it is important to know how many TVs it is so you don't quote them wrong, that you quote them correctly. And then to say we're an authorized dealer for a few different companies, including Spectrum and DirecTV, so we are able to get you the best deals. What is your home address so I can see what providers we have in your area? And this is if you haven't already checked Spectrum, you would ask this question. And then if Spectrum is available at their address, go ahead and go over the Spectrum script. If Spectrum is not available at their address, and this right here is just the basic package. You can refer to your pricing sheet and look and see how much the other packages are, the silver and the gold. This is for the select package here. And the select package is what is actually included in the triple play. Now, if Spectrum isn't available, skip down here, go over the DirecTV script. Like I said, just in my first video, go through this script, with just a few customers until you're comfortable with it. Then make it your own. You won't even, after a few days of doing this, you're not going to need a script anymore. You're going to know it. But this is to kind of help you make sure that you're going to get the correct information from them and get everything that you need. This right here kind of gives you tips on, if they don't want to give out their social. Of course, Spectrum doesn't do a credit check, but DirecTV does, so it is very important to get their social from that. And then remember that you do need their credit or debit card number because they are going to be pre-authorized for $1 before an installer will go out. So be sure to get that. Just tell them that you need a card that is going to have at least $1 on it. Sometimes it'll come back as insufficient funds if it doesn't have at least $5 on it, based on like credit card processing systems kind of work funny sometimes, and will say that they don't have enough money whenever they do, if it's a small amount like that. All right, so go through the script, and then they want to place an order. Like I said, have this printed out. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier than trying to run to the computer when somebody calls, and then try to look at the script and place an order. It's just going to be kind of difficult. So what you're going to do is make sure that you log in. I'm already logged in here to the website at selltvservice.com. You're going to click on either Spectrum order entry form or DirecTV order entry form, whichever one they want to order. And go through here and get all their information. While you're on the phone with them, be sure to answer all these questions as accurately as possible, and getting the spelling of their name is crucial to get the correct, especially on DirecTV, because DirecTV, remember, is doing that credit check, and if something's off, if you misspell their name, then it's going to come back and say that they didn't qualify because it couldn't find their information, or it didn't match whenever they ran their social. So it's very important to have correct spellings. If you've got to ask them 3, 4, or 5 times, to say their address. Make sure that you've got everything exactly, because it's going to make your life so much easier. Right here, get their credit debit card number, the 3-digit code on the back, along with the expiration. Check these. I mean, that's 16 digits, so make sure that their credit debit card number is accurate, or we're going to be calling you and letting you know that it's not. Check what service they want, or I'm sorry, services, and then be sure if they are getting Wi-Fi. If they do want the Wi-Fi, and what Wi-Fi is pretty much it's a router. It's a wireless router that the customer, they may have their own. They can get one for about $50 at Walmart. And what it's going to do is it's going to make it where they're going to be wireless on all their devices in their house. If not, they're going to have to be plugged into the cable modem. So just be sure to ask if they want the Wi-Fi or not. How many TVs? If they're getting a home phone, find out if they have existing home phone number that they want to port over. If not, then just select that they would like a brand new one. Now, the tentative installation date. Find out when's the best time that they would like an installer to come out. I recommend scheduling out. Sometimes they can install it the very next day. If it's early in the day, then they might be able to install the next day. But I recommend scheduling out at least 2 days. Now, remember, this is tentative. We will call them and confirm their installation time with them, but this helps us when we're putting in the order to try to get a time that works with them. Find out if they want it in the morning, afternoon, or evening. So that way, if that date's not available, then, we can find something else, a different day for them. And then be sure to put, this is how you're going to get paid. So be sure to put in your name, your first and last name, your phone number, and then your email address. So that way, if something happens with the order, we can contact you and reach out to you and let you know if it's approved or if we need something else from you. And then DirecTV order is pretty similar. They do, a DirecTV charge a $35 activation fee. It is on the customer's first bill. You will need to go over that with the customer. So this is good to have in front of you. So have your script printed out and then have the form opened up and go through and just make sure that you get all this before you hang out with that customer. You need to make sure that you have all of this information. You could be writing it down and going to transfer it to here in case something happens, your computer dies or something. You don't want to lose their information before you submit it in, so you may want to write some of this down. Some of the stuff you may just remember, like how many TVs they have and what services they want. Now, let's see. Okay. I also want to go over with you the DirecTV pricing because it's a little tricky to read this for somebody not known. So these are the different packages. If you go to directv.com, it shows, like I showed you a second ago, all the channels and everything that's included with each. This is the cheapest basic package. These prices here on the left-hand side, these are auto pay prices. If they're paying with auto pay, these are the prices. As you can see, they say $5 a month with auto pay. Now, these are the prices without auto pay. So just say, hey, with auto pay, we can save you $5 a month. Then it'll be this price. If they're not on auto pay, you do need to quote this price. So look over here and see how many TVs they have. Most people are going to have 4 or under. If they have over 4, if you notice, it's just $7 extra per box. So they got 1 TV, you quote them this price. If they've got 2 TVs, you quote them the next price down. So it's very important, as you can see, to know how much. Don't worry about the second year price. This is how much it can possibly go up to. Remember, we had mentioned about, trying to get the person in the house with the best credit, getting their information with DirecTV. That's because it's subject to go up. After the first 12 months, it is subject to go up to a maximum of these amounts over here. So just keep that in mind, that you do want to get the person in the house's who's got the best credit, just so their bill, it may not go up. If the person's got good credit and they pay their bill on time for their first 12 months, they don't get disconnected or anything, their price is more than likely going to stay this. Or they could call in. If it did go up, they can call in and have them do like a rate review, and they'll lower it back down. So don't worry about this. You don't have to mention to them how much it's going to go up to, because that's going to scare off a lot of your customers if you say this. Because chances are, if they've got pretty good credit and they pay their bill on time, it's not going to go up to this much. And if it does, they can call in and get that changed. So just be sure to go over these prices with them, with the auto pay and without the auto pay, so they can see the savings that they will get. Most of the time, if they just want, like I said, the basic package, they're going to want this. These prices are going to attract them. And then you can try to upsell them from there and say, do you have any football fans in the house? If they say yes, say, well, we can get you NFL Sunday ticket along with a red zone and 30 additional channels for $10 more a month. And then that would be this choice package here, which is really the most popular package that we sell, just because they get so much more for only $10 more a month. If you can tell that price is a really big issue and they're just trying to get the cheapest thing possible, then stick with the select package. But your pay is not going to be affected one way or the other. They can always call in and change their package if they want later on after they've got it. But you're still going to get the same commission no matter which package they choose. Okay, so I hope this video helped you guys out. Watch it as many times as you need to. If you need any help whatsoever or need us to go over anything with you or clarify anything, please reach out to us. If not, have a great day, and I hope you guys make a lot of money today.